10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, queuing.
Hello.
Welcome to match day 5 of the Simulation Soccer League here in Division 1. I'm Sock. With me here is Valpix. We have 4 matches lined up for this one with 5 teams tied on 7 points. A chance for any team to try and get ahead with a big victory here today, Val. What have we got lined up on the card for us?
All right, and the first one is probably one of the biggest matchups is Hollywood and Sydney, I do believe. It is Sydney and Hollywood. These are 2 of those teams in that 7-point logjam, and these were 2 teams that basically went toe-to-toe for the title last season. Obviously, it's a new-look Sydney team, but Hollywood basically running back. Sydney rolling out a 4-1-3-2, and Hollywood trotting out, what is this?
It looks like a staggered 4-1-2-3 with a bit more of a playing back left winger there in Liang Kwai. You see there, Hollywood currently top of the standings thanks to their goal differential. And even if they do draw here, would retain that +2, which would be a pretty big advantage going into this as they look early on to try and get an attack here, having received the kickoff early. Quickly taken by Puttanesca. They look to send for Ricky Bobby, and a save there. May have been off target, but Certified Problem does take it away. Certified Problem, of course, last time out did make a single game saves record. So he's definitely a player to watch here as Liang Kwai heads that one right. First minute in, Hollywood already on the attack.
Yeah, Hollywood won their last league match 3-1 against Catalunya, who's a team also in that 7-point logjam, and another team they went to toe-to-toe with for the title last year, as that one goes wide. So
yeah, Liang Kwai again, a second opportunity, just putting them wide again, as you were saying.
Yeah, and they did draw their last official match, which was the first leg of the cup, 1-1 against Kopstadt, who's a D2 team. So hoping that maybe some rotation kept everyone fresh.
Yeah, and well, they will of course go into that second leg with a, I believe they may have the away goals advantage on that one, but they may have also been playing at Cape Town, and again it was Mika Rashford, again being denied there by Certified Problem, as now a counter-attack opportunity for Sydney going against them here, but they fended off now with Hall. Hall finds Lopta, finds Rube to Hulkavoto, back to Rube, shot was blocked there by Jarrow. Hulkavoto back in for Rube and blocked by Costanza. 2 block shots here. Hollywood really putting their body on the line here early on.
Yeah, just a major traffic jam at the top, inside that box, making sure those shots aren't getting through. Here's a chance for Hollywood.
Yeah, Jones now on that right wing. Ricky Bobby, his header was just taken away by Certified Problem, who has been a pain. Who are they facing again last match day for Sydney? Because we did see that saves record. Do you think this can continue on with the form they have?
So Sydney's last league match was a 1-0 win over Tokyo. And their last cup match, their last match was in the cup. It was a 2-1 win over Montreal United, the D2 team.
Yes, it was against Tokyo, I believe it. Certified Problem did set that saves record. Jones now for Taka. Again, Taka just wide. And a quarter of a way through the game already, we're seeing a lot of pressure being applied here. Keeper throws long here. Out to Lopta. Hulkavoto sends it wide out. Great stop there by Jarrod. Not getting that through ball through. Bobby now to Taka, and Taka sends it over the top. Jarrod here with a corner kick. Sends one in for Costanza, and again tipped away. Re-rack and stack for Gerard. Sends it in there, and instead just can only find Hollywood defenders, and that's cleared away. But they do give the ball back here, and again try and find Liang Kwai, and again saved by Problem. Now a third corner attempt. Gerard wide for Bobby, tries to find it. got away and Holkavodo cleared it out. Costanza recovers though. Gerard another cross and headed out by goalkeeper. Recovered by Jarrow. It's now direct free kick here. Oh, looks like we have some technical difficulties here. Not only has my co-commentator left the booth, but it seems as if our cameras are not getting a feed here. Just had to report wide here as direct free kick sends this one up, and that one eludes everyone. Ends up in an empty seat there and nothing doing there for Hollywood on that occasion. Now goalkeeper, 3.5 minutes in. 3.5 minutes left in the half, rather. Portanescu able to take that one away for Bobby. Finds Liang Kwai. Liang Kwai has his shot blocked by Carbone. Scooped up by direct free kick. Just over 2 minutes left before stoppage time of the first half here as Sterling looked long, instead goes short to Jarrow. Now Costanza will find Bobby. He finds Liang Kwai on a run here, trying to get past the Scarpetta brothers. Liang Kwai back to Jones. Jones tried a volley there, trying to put it top shelf, but missed everything on that occasion.
Liang Kwai, I believe, a former Sydney player, was on the team last season.
Yes, as that free kick block will take us to half time, and you can see the story there. Sydney have not had a shot on target yet. Hollywood have had 8, and we still remain at 0-0 going into the half.
Yeah.
This has to be gravely concerning, doesn't it?
I mean, Hollywood's getting all the looks, they're getting all the chances, and they just haven't managed to bury one certified problem. In fact, being a big ol' problem.
Yeah, talk about non-native determinism on that. Still, we'll head to the break at halftime here. Hollywood with probably the brunt of the chances. There were a couple, but direct free kick put a free kick wide with about 5 minutes to go in that half. And again, he had an opportunity, but he just sent it into the wall. So probably needs to keep his eye in on that occasion.
Yep.
As hopefully we will be returning from the halftime break very shortly.
Yeah, I wonder if we see some
subs. Of course, if you just joined us within the premiere, I'm Sock, with me it's Valpix. We are just within the first game of Matchday 5 of Division 1 here. Sydney City currently drawing 0-0 with FC Hollywood. Definitely some long talks here during this break. What do you think the messages will be to each team at halftime?
I mean, if you're Hollywood, you just kind of want to keep doing what you're doing because you're creating chances. It's just one of these has to go in. And if you're Sydney, you got to be like,
yeah,
buck up, kids. We gotta do better in this second half.
Have to agree with that, as we did see Mile Rivers and Conrad Pelaqueta have been brought on for Sydney. No changes on the side of Hollywood by the looks of things. They keep things as they are. As here is direct free kick on the right edge. Finds the subbed on Mile Rivers. Now to Pelaqueta. Back heel for Rivers. Harassed by Kwai. Just gives it back to Carbone. Now for Holkavodo. Rube to Pelaqueta. Pelaqueta finds Rube. Looks one-on-one and he's put it home. Dobby Rube opens up. And it's a 1-0 Sydney lead.
Well, whatever Sydney said at halftime, worked. You know, they kind of had their backs against the wall for most of that first half, but they get one early in the second half, and this is a huge momentum shift. Great ball by Pelaqueta. And then just a calm first touch, slots it home to the near post. Scott Sterling probably could have done a little bit better, but that's a clinical finish. Sydney 1, Hollywood 0.
Yeah, first shot on target they find, but it gets by Scott Sterling, and Sydney, just a real morale drainer there for Hollywood, having all of the momentum, and then you come off a break, and as Pelaqueta, who probably only got a couple of touches on the ball since, ends up finding one through, and just a perfect through ball. Jarrah was caught flat-footed, and Rube again takes one, but Scott Sterling, well, was offside, so nothing comes of the opportunity nonetheless. Here's Gerald Gerrard throwing long here
like,
for tiki-taka, blocked by Rivers.
Some blood in the water.
Yes, as Rashford with a shot blocked. Ball falls for Jones. Cross blocked away by goalkeeper and now ran away by Lopter. Now Sydney City look to press, but Jones got back well. Puttanesca tries to send for Ricky Bobby on the edge. Give back to Taka. It was offside anyway, so did not matter on that occasion.
Yeah, feels like there's been a lot of offsides today.
Yeah, well, only a few of the way through the game, and it's just more so that I feel like Sydney are running that trap quite well, just making sure that they let Ricky Bobby kind of just get ahead of himself as his header is blocked easily there by Certified Problem. Good cross in there from Hun Possible. He has the ball once more here, trying to find Rashford, but had his through pass intercepted there by Scarpetta. Now Sydney counter-attack. Here's Rivers, finds Azpilicueta one-on-one and saved by Sterling. Knocked that one away to his left and a corner now for Sydney.
Feels like this has been a tale of two halves. You know, Sydney came out and just strangled that momentum. Sometimes all it takes is seeing that
like
one ball hit the
Hill
back of the net.
Running that way. Yeah, sometimes it just feels like that Hill is running that way as Hulkavodo now receives a pass, gives to Rivers. Rivers right side. Marked there closely by Gerrard. Back to direct free kick. His long ball for Lopter, and Sterling was there for it. Gerrard was backing up as well. Nothing seems like it could have gotten through there on that shot attempt. Time ticking down now. Just over 20 minutes left in regulation. As Rivers back to direct free kick. Through ball now, Azpilicueta on the right side of the area. Back to Rivers. Rivers back to Azpilicueta, blocked by Gerrard, and they'll be happy to concede a corner there.
See if they can do anything from the
Corner
set
here to be
piece.
taken by Lopter. Headed away Costanza.
That was anticlimactic.
Yeah, just simple clinical corner defense there as now here's Costanza once more. Throws over to Tiki Taka. Ball in for Jones, and Hunter Jones nearly finds the net. But that one went over the top.
Got to keep your shots
now
down.
Team's running out of time. Through to goalkeeper. His pass was very slow and Puttanesca read it well. Ricky Bobby now with 5 to go. Can't run it by goalkeeper and ends up just taking the ball away. No trouble for him. And now Sydney FC look to set up. Sydney City rather. Jarrow ends up blocking the through ball attempt for Rube. Given back to Sterling, who clears long for Hunter Jones. Now Ricky Bobby. Call them out of position a bit. His shot is stopped by Problem. Probably could have put that more to his far side there.
Yeah, Certified Problem just standing on his head.
I have to say he's carried them easily. Average performance there. Could be either a 2-1, 3-1 down, and they haven't looked that strong thus far in terms of their attack, but they did find the one opportunity that they were able to put through as now they look to perhaps roll the dice one last time here in stoppage time. Bobby back to Hun Possible. Barely keeps it in going down the right sideline. Fligs long for Lanquai, and Problem read it beautifully, and he might be able to just hold on to this to the end. Looking for an option here. Eventually just rolls it to Roberto Scarpetta. Rivers will run it forward. Just looking to perhaps gain as much territory as they can. They're playing him very loose. It doesn't matter. Sydney City have stolen one here from FC Hollywood with a goal by Dobby Rube. 4 shots on target to 12. And Sydney end up taking this one thanks to a beautiful performance from Certified Problem. Man of the match performance as well. Have to say, this was definitely a tale of two halves in the way that Sydney City just created more and more opportunities early on there, but Hollywood definitely had their moments where they looked like the stronger team.
Yeah, I mean, we saw that X-goal chart. Like, that could have been a Hollywood bloodbath, but they were not clinical, and Sydney took their chance. They got, sometimes all it takes is that keeper to keep you in the game. And, of course, that will put Sydney top temporarily as we go to Accra versus Catalunya. Catalunya also involved in that log jam on 7 points. As Accra come out in a 4-3-3. Accra are bottom, 3 points, and a -1 goal difference. That 3 points ties them with Sao Paulo. 4-3-3 for Catalunya. Catalunya lost their last league match 3-1 to Hollywood. but then absolutely slaughtered AS Puri in the cup 4-0. As for Accra, they beat Cairo City in the cup 3-2 on the road, and in their previous match day, they absolutely walloped Athênai 4-1 to get their first points on the board. So let's see if they can carry that good form here against a genuine title contender.
Yeah, Accra looking to perhaps generate some momentum as here's an opportunity early for Clark. Save Laraka, rebound for Dogwood Maple. Just was taken away there and couldn't end up getting a shot through. Now here's Juha Järvinen. Taking a run down that flank. Marked closely there by Druid. He gets a pass through for Okocha. Okocha spins to Clark and a good block.
That was a lovely ball there by Okocha. But good defense to block that.
Yes, that was some good defense from Accra. Something that they perhaps have been lacking with the 2 losses they suffered early on. Now Kamoeatu finds Rizzo Rigmarole on that left side. Good takeaway by Vins, unless they give a penalty.
Oh boy. It's going to be Snooks from the spot to put Accra in front. What a save!
Gunnarsson, he saves it!
What a save!
Got down to his right and took that one away. Beautiful work there by Gunnarsson, as Ansha was able to stop the momentum there, if only for the moment, with that tackle there on Clark.
Yeah, and Catalunya were able to clear
that
and not give Accra that second chance. Unbelievable save by Gunnarsson. That's a momentum shift. Oh no.
That's Snooks. Was intercepted and Okocha. How's he missed that? He had a wide open net. Only the keeper to beat from 10 yards out and is sent to wide left.
Yeah, Snooks has not had a particularly glory first half. But off the hook there.
Yeah, it has to be at least some comfort there, knowing that it wasn't something that led to a goal. As quickly we go to half-time here, somehow been evenly matched. Even if Accra have only had the one shot on target, they did, of course, have the penalty that was saved there by Gunnarsson. 2 yellow cards have been handed out as well. 2 yellow cards to Catalunya with Juliusson and Busquets, and for one Kofi Ansha on the side of Accra.
Yeah, there was not a lot happening in that first half. You basically had the one big chance for both teams. You had Accra with the penalty, and then Catalunya with that just absolutely terrible turnover. We'll hope for a more lively second half, but so far I think the 0-0 scoreline is justified.
Yeah, Airless Knox will have to be feeling the pressure now, as having missed a penalty and nearly given away one. Could be argued that had that goal been conceded, they've basically put them 2-0 down rather than being 1-0 up. However, now they will be able to be satisfied as some subs come on. Clark and Maple off for Floppy McFlopface and Mojo Rising. No subs on the side of Adowa Accra, as early on it's a Catalunya attack here with Okocha, blocked by Malachi Black. And Okocha was offside either way, so merely a goal kick.
Yeah, we'll see if those fresh legs can help change the dichotomy of this one.
Yes, it's now Silva Druid. Turns on Järvinen. Goes back to Corleone, back to Chaka. Finds Sinclair, finds Rizzo Rigmarole, past Vins. Took it away there, but the ball was left and Sinclair shot. I think they were all thinking it was going to be a penalty, but it wasn't, and Sinclair just swooped in and tried to put a shot on, but was saved by Gunnarsson now for a corner kick. Snook swings it in wide, and it's beaten there by, I believe that's Fist there.
Play to the whistle.
Not a fist, of course, just a regular player.
Gotta play to the whistle. And almost cost Catalunya a goal there, because it felt like everyone just kind of fell asleep expecting the whistle.
Indeed, is now Rigmarole again challenges Vins, finds Ansha. Ansha trying to get past Kevin De Bernia. Rigmarole whips it back in for Corleone, centering ball for Chaka. Silva Druid back to Kamoeatu. Turning to the right wing now. Trying to find a swing of Selic! Konstantin Selic from Vui Kamoeatu has put Accra in front at home.
last year's D2 Golden Boot winner, grabbing a big early goal for Accra. I mean, it's a one-on-one here. Nice ball in. Selic loses his defender. That's a tricky finish from a really weird angle. But it hit the back of the net, and that's what matters. Accra 1, Catalunya 0.
Almost a deflection goal, really, just turning it right past the left side of Gunnarsson. Fist tried to commit to the block there, but neither of them were able to stop the shot here, as once again Adowa Accra put themselves on the attack. It's Corleone back to Sinclair. Now it is Rigmarole! He's put it home! Beautiful shot just inside the right post, and it's quickly become 2-0 Accra. The momentum is right with them.
Yep, and it's just this really nice passing sequence here. Sinclair finds Rigmarole, takes a touch. I mean, that was just placed really nicely with the left foot of Rigmarole. And now, does Catalunya have a response? Because they've just been given a quick 1-2 jab punch sequence. Disclaimer, I know nothing about boxing.
One would have to think this right hook now is... it's something that they've definitely been reeling from after the first jab, as you see it again here with Xhaka. Gunnarsson just barely stops it. Järvinen make sure they don't concede another set piece here. Not that they have scored from it. It's just been open play, but they still want to make sure that they can try and put themselves on the attack there, as Xhaka comes back on defense and forced to throw in.
Yeah, 2 goals.
It's just been good work.
Yeah, 2 goals 7 minutes apart for Accra. And then they nearly had the third.
Yeah, they have been downhill running here in the second half. Perhaps the wind is at their backs as they look to set up once more here, just looking to find a penetrating ball here, but no one's really putting their hand up for one. It's Moyatu once more. Corleone to Sinclair. Now Anche, here it is. The Moyatu. His shot is barely saved by Gunnarsson, and it's tipped over the bar.
Another big save by Gunnarsson, who has been fantastic between the sticks today for Catalunya. Obviously had the penalty
Druid's
save.
corner was cleared back to him.
A couple of other decent stops. Oh!
This is Järvinen. Took down Druid, but took the ball with him, so no penalty to be given there. Would have been another penalty for Adowa Accra, and one would probably consider that a dagger, given that Catalunya have not had much in wavy attack. Here's Fist. Back to Debonia. McFlopface now rising. McFlopface
what a
trying
run.
to through ball for Shinji Okamoto! Blocked by Lorak.
That was a
And cleared out for a throw-in.
nice off-ball movement from Shion Okamoto.
Accra tried to clear that away there, but nothing doing there. Here's Vince. Vince, a good clearance there by Snooks on that cross. Juliusson now for Järvinen. Järvinen down the left wing. Tries to get one past Druid, does so, but it can't get past the second defender there. Defending the cross, it's Snooks! Oh! And Okocha hits the bar. That one ended up spinning off the bar there and back out of play, so perhaps unfortunate there. They could have had an opportunity to mount another attack, given that the ball was in absolute no man's land after that thunder of a shot from Okocha. But thankfully, Accra escape with one and also clear away this next opportunity. Not for long, perhaps. Okocha back for Okamoto, now with Busquets for Järvinen. Busquets back for Juliusson, now with Fist. Fist with a lot of room, just deciding to walk it up himself. Now for Busquets, back to Fist, to Debonia. Quick 1-2 with him. Now over to the left wing again with Järvinen, via rising. Järvinen will whip it in, now for McFlopface. It looks like he couldn't get his head to a ball too well and just ends up going wide.
Yeah, Accra looking a little bit suspect in the back. But Catalunya just haven't been able to find that one moment. And with 10 minutes to go, time is running out quickly.
Yeah, clock is on Accra's side right now. Järvinen again with a whip in now for Mojo. Rising just barely wide. Might have grazed a post there. That's another, perhaps second one off for woodwork. That must be so disappointing for Catalunya. Both chances to take goals, both of them converted. They definitely would have equalized.
Yeah, they're not, they're creating, just not finishing.
Yeah, as that shot by Mojo Rising was blocked by Corleone. So to go off for a corner. Here's Vins with a cross in. Goes short to McFlopface. Back to Vins. Now long for Busquets, but it's well over the top with the header.
Yep, had the open header, just no placement.
Ancha with a bad turnover there. De Bernia not quite able to convert immediately, but still an attacking ball for Okamoto. Lorac, oh, he couldn't hold on to it.
Still a really good save there by Lorac.
Yeah, they'll absolutely take it to preserve the clean sheet right now. As Vins with a 1-2 with De Bernia, looking for perhaps a consolation goal here to preserve some goal difference. He tries to whip one in. It's great block by Sinclair. And this will almost certainly be their last play. Referee's going to keep his whistle away for now. Vins whipped in. It goes over the top. That should do us. Perhaps just following a clearance here by Luke Lorac. No, he'll just set it. That's it now. Accra take a 2-0 victory over FC Catalunya with a brilliant performance by Tim Sinclair, earning himself man of the match honours with that second assist that he gave to Rizzo Rigmarole.
Yeah,
Rigmarole, of course, also scoring his first goal.
Yep, plenty happened in that second half after a pretty monotonous first half. But Catalunya, when they did turn it on, it was just too late, and they just weren't able to find that moment of, you know, you finish, you see the ball hit the back of the net, you start feeling good about yourself, and now it's like, go push for that equalizer. And that will keep them on 7 points. Accra are up to 6th, so things have changed for them very quickly. That's 3 wins on the bounce for Adowa Accra. And that is something you love to see if you are them.
Yeah, they will absolutely take what is their, I believe, second win on the trot. Finally making things back up here, up to 6 points on the ladder.
Yep, in our next game,
as now for this third match,
it is Tokyo and Sao Paulo who, with Accra's win, now occupy the 2 relegation slots. So, I mean, again, things are really tight right now, so, like, you know, we're not writing epitaphs for anyone, but this is a pretty important one early in the season. Sao Paulo lost their last league match, and this is actually the second straight game between these two, as we see Sao Paulo in a 4-3-3 with the triangle inverted, 2 defensive midfielders. Tokyo in a 4-3-3, look for Visser to get a little bit more forward. The 2 teams did play in the cup in their last match, I do believe. I have a 0-0 draw for that.
That's well.
We are
Should history repeat itself here? Early on, is Sao Paulo with it, just looking to get used to themselves for now. Of course, both sides tested each other around and weren't able to create anything, or at least anything of a score sheet last time. Oh, goodness me, that's a very risky tackle from Aubuchon Chouché. And he has definitely been shown a yellow card for that. That was a very reckless challenge early on. Maybe could have been given red for that, given the circumstances.
Yeah, just unnecessary this early.
As that header from Soderberg after the cross from Isagi, nearly could have taken the shot himself, opted to just send it back, but good save there, and Adam Rage able to hold on to it well.
Yeah, not enough pace on that header from Helena Soderberg.
As now it's an opportunity again on a turnover, but Rai sends it high.
I think Rai's probably could have taken a touch there instead of trying to finish first time. Felt a little rushed.
Yeah, perhaps just wanted to send one skyward. As now Isagi, after the corner, just retrieves it. Gives a slow ball to Rupp. Back to Aubuchon Touché. Locked back for Ness. Isagi, 1-2. Now Ness down the wing, covered by Ayodele. Whipped in for Rice, and that time it's just headed to the left side of the goal net.
Yeah, one-way traffic in this one so far, as we have a corner at the opposite end, so ignore that.
Yeah, finally getting one through the lanes that have been filled, but a good save there on Anivier by Berger. And it was cleared away there by Lydia Ness.
Yeah, first real chance of really any kind for Sao Paulo. But easy in the end for Josh Berger.
Yep, as another caution has been given, this time to Visser. As that one is headed away by Holy Diver. That's a second yellow card already now, I believe, for Tokyo. As Ness in for Helena Soderberg. It's worked back, couldn't find anything. Back towards Rise, but good pack contest from Sao Paulo, and Mayhem heads it clear.
A lot of
Touche.
A lot of bodies in the box there.
Yeah, it's Cairo now for Visser, but Visser just didn't get much on it there and was only able to deflect it wide, really. And that will take us to the break, and 135 minutes played between these two teams in 1.5 matches, and still no score between the pair.
Yeah, Tokyo have looked the more threatening side, like they've had looks. That Sao Paulo really had just the one chance off that corner. But, yeah, not a whole lot of action in that first half. But I said that about the last game, and, you know, the second half turned out to be pretty exciting. So, you know, commentator's curse. Or blessing, I guess, in this case.
Yeah. I do think that one of the things that has gone on as we get the second half underway here, we'll briefly touch on this, is that Tokyo have been very aggressive thus far. They've already racked up 3 yellow cards. One at the very start of the half for Touche, and then another for Viscera, and then a third for Ness. Do you think this could be a risk there of them going down to 10 men?
It is risky when you're playing physical. Ooh. Yeah, Abushan Touche there especially. You got to be careful.
Yeah, it is something to watch out for in this future, perhaps. I'll just be a little more careful as Kaido hits a post. He nearly had one. It beat the keeper, but couldn't beat the woodwork.
Yeah, that was a really good look. Just accuracy was off.
Now Mayhem will try and settle things down here. It looks like Tokyo are really pressing hard now. Biscuit now for Ayadele. Give it back to Fred. No subs in halftime, interestingly enough, so just want to stick with their 11. Ayadele whipped in, but a good header there by Verschetti to make sure that Biscuit couldn't get any touch on it. Og now for Kaido. Kaido to Visser. Back to Abshan Touche. Isagi finds Visser on a through ball. Nice to get one in for Kaido. Back to Abashan Touche and a centering ball, but just put that one up top.
Yeah, I figure you have the space.
And no one could have put anything on it.
Have the space, why not take a crack at it? But, little overcooked, like a well-done steak.
Yes, well, you'd finally fit right in on Manchester United's Helena Soderberg. Great stop by Mayhem. Just put that one back through for a corner kick now.
Good.
That's here's Isagi lining up for one for Rise and over the top.
That was good emergency defending because that was a pretty threatening looking build-up. Tokyo have 11 shots, but only 1 on target. The direction finder.
Yeah, compare that to Sao Paulo. Only 3 shots, but all 3 have been towards the net. So they've definitely been the more testing of the teams thus far. As now here's Hog. Gary Hogg in for Isagi, blocked by Mayhem and was cleared away, I believe, by Fesenvitz. So again, we're just seeing Tokyo are finding more chances, but not very high quality chances. Soderberg, cross blocked there by Dolan. Ness now for Abshan Touche. Isagi to Rise, now worked to the left side to Hogg. This is unmarked and puts it wide.
That was probably their best chance so far. There's space, 1v1 with the keeper, but yeah, just not a good finish.
Yeah, I think that's really just been the story of this game in a nutshell. As Biscuit tried to get one, he first touched a volley. It beat Josh Berger, but beat everything else.
Yeah, I think Berger had that covered anyway. But nice threatening look there from Sao Paulo.
Another look here. That time Isagi, he put it on net, but Adam Rage was right in front of it and made sure that it didn't go anywhere.
Yeah, just not enough power or placement on that one. As wow, we're almost already in stoppage time.
We are in fact, and Isagi now for one last chance here. Have to say, if they get it, they will win, but it's good header away by Mayhem. Hulk will get it back in for Cairo. Here's their last roll of a dice. No, they'll keep one more. As Rage allows them a re-roll by not trying to hold on to that, but he did parry it clear for a corner. Here's Asagi once again. He whips it in, header by it up, and it's held onto by Adam Rage, and that will secure the draw. Sao Paulo and FC Tokyo, both of them faced off 0-0 in the cup and 0-0 in the league.
Yep, and that's going to keep both of them in the last two spots on the table. I mean, Tokyo had their chances, just the finishing was not there today. I mean, look at the XG and the shot totals. It's like they had their chances, and to come away with a draw, I think, is pretty disappointing for them. Sao Paulo, when you didn't play particularly well, you take the point and you run the heck away.
Yeah, I mean, both of them had the same amount of shots on target, but of course, actually not taking into account how quality the finishing was and how well the goalkeeper's playing out of his skin. We saw that in the Sydney Hollywood game. We won't spoil that one for you if you are just joining us on the premiere. You can catch up on that later on. However, on the side of Tokyo, they had their opportunities, just didn't convert them, as now we will head to Cairo. They will face Athênai FC for the final match of this Matchday 5.
And these are two teams in that 7 points log jam entering the day. 5 teams were on 7 points. These are 2 of them. What is that?
It looks like a bit of another staggered 4-2-1-3 where they have Ask Jeeves on that left side, and I wasn't quite able to catch one of that right, but more of a classic 4-2-2-2 on the side of the Greek squad. As Owen 44 gets us underway with a pass back to Jeffrey Levert, and then to Darren Lockyer and to Henrik Lind.
In their last games, Cairo beat Sao Paulo 2-1, and Athênai fell 4-1 to Accra. In the cup. Athênai beat Seoul 5-0, D2 team Seoul, and Cairo lost to Accra. So Accra's hot streak built on these 2 teams.
Yeah, well, whatever you can build, I suppose. As here is Ask Jeeves trying to make a quick run down the flank, but it's tipped high there by Anderson. Nearly just did a solo effort right through 3 Athens defenders and almost produced a brilliant chance there, as Darren Lockyer was able to head that one clear and was fielded there by Labovic.
A lot of zigging and zagging from Ask Jeeves there. It's like a slalom.
Yes, that would be a great apt way of describing it, but perhaps need to put on the Super Gs on that shot and might have been able to find the net there, as here is possible in for Torres, but Torres was blocked there by Lind. Referee will rule a corner kick here. Ask Jeeves the one to take it. Jeeves in there for Toastman, and powdered Toastman nearly put one through, but just went to the right side, and a goal kick will be given.
Yep, early advantage appears to be with Cairo. Here's another chance off a corner.
Yep, Jeeves, however, immediately has that one cleared by Lind, but no Greek members out there, and Jeeves will take it for himself. Played back now for Bjorkas, now for Jeeves again, marked closely there by Yoka, got the pass back for Bjorkas. And back for Jeeves, and now for Siege. Siege had it taken away by Fisher. Good work by Possible to Ask Jeeves! Tip Possible to Ask Jeeves! What's the question? Here's the answer. He puts Cairo up 1-0. We finally have a first half goal this match day.
Yep, you cannot be leaving anyone as wide open as Ask Jeeves is. Look at that space. Possible picks his head up. And I mean, that's an easy finish to the near post. Just no one even within the area code there.
Yeah, I have to think that the centre-backs got mixed up there. Lind and Lockyer were both kind of looking at each other there, seeing what they could cover here. But immediately off the kickoff, they try to run it, but Kyle Labovic is called offside.
Yep, and that's a deserved lead for Cairo, who have been the better team so far.
Yeah, they've definitely created more of a chances here, but Athênai will now look to try and create one of her own. Ramirez barely holds it in the line, but the pass is in. Adinjan Konik is taken back by Bjorkas. Bjorkus has some defenders had some attackers in support rather, but it was defenders that just swarmed on him, and Didioka ends up with it. He'll take a bit of a solo run down the left wing, and Noodle nearly tries to cut one off again. Tim Possible tries to mark out Lind. It's passed back through now to the right back from Ramirez. Works for Labovic. Back to Ramirez. Tries to find Labovic again on the wing. And good marking there by Huda. I'll just send it forward here. Again a long ball there from Ketchup Noodle to Tim Possible. Possible now for Torres. What a header that is! From nearly outside the area. He's just put that off the bar perhaps and just nearly had a 2-0 lead. What a goal that would have been.
Tim Possible is absolutely everywhere for Cairo right now.
Yeah, well, if you want to beep him, you can reach him. As here's Noodle with a cross blocked by Ramirez. And eventually falls back down to Zinedine Gintonic, who looks for a long ball here. 0-44. Has some opportunity here to look for something, but ends up just giving it back to Labovic. A reset themselves perhaps here as this ball is sent to open space where Jaeger is the first to it. Now back for Joka. Joka has a look, tries to whip one into the far post for Labovic. It was offside perhaps. Looks to be the signal there.
That's corner.
No, it's a corner kick in fact.
Yeah, it looked like it hit the bar on the initial shot. And then just a mad scramble.
Yeah, it was tough to tell. Just a mad dash of a ball and just ended up spilling over the line. Last touch by Cairo. But that one, ooh, Franco Torres just ends up getting some defenders sleeping. He passes back to Ketchup Noodle. Oh, he was brought down by Ramirez. No foul given. Looked like he won the ball there. Bjorkus now for Staines. Staines, a long shot, but it's over the top.
Ambitious.
Just really tried one there.
Ambitious look. Almost worked. He just kept it down a little bit.
Yeah, that could have perhaps worked, but I do think again it was covered as here's Tim Possible again. Blocked by Anderson. And Joka stops it from being a corner, just turns it into a throw-in. Now Athênai win a corner on the other side. Here's Joka for Fisher, but was headed away by Ask Jeeves. Now a long ball here for Franco Torres. Only Zinedine Gintonic is really with him. The defenders are running back quickly for Athênai, and it's Lockyer who blocks the ball out, basically playing that full-back role like you would in rugby league. The same here. And now Ask Jeeves. Try to whip a ball in again, but Lockyer again is there for it. Abovic now. He'll try and run here against Ketchup Noodle. Noodle's not really trying to challenge for the ball here, so Lavic given a lot of open space, but Noodle did well there to block. Possible now. Pass back for Bjorkus. Trying to settle things here. Here's Possible now for Franco Torres! He's put one in! It's 2-0 with an absolute beauty!
Ah, that's a beautiful finish from Torres. I mean, sometimes you look at a goal and say, how do you stop that? Yeah. There is no stopping this one. I mean, maybe one of the defenders got caught cheating, but no. That's just a really good finish. And Cairo up 2-0. They fully deserve this lead. And let's see if Athênai can drag themselves back into it.
Yeah, I mean, just looking at what happened in that play there, it was Franco Torres. It looked like Anderson might have been just off his line a little too much there. Could have been back there to try and make sure he gets to all parts of the net, but it was put bottom corner and just had no way to reach out for it. It's now into the last couple of minutes of this action-packed first half. Bjorkus will give back to Freddie now for Toastman. This looks like they're content with just settling things down for the moment. Now here's Staines with Possible. Possible just barely can even get in field. Working it back now for Siege. Can they create a third here with Tim Possible? Oh, what a save that is! Anderson makes sure they hold on to that 2-0 deficit, not creating any chances here to Athênai really, but they will hold on to that at least.
Yeah.
I'd much rather be down 2 going into the break than by 3.
Yeah, I mean, weirder things have happened, but, like, you know, you give up a third, like, right before halftime. Like, you know, you're down 2-0 already. You're just hoping to hold on, and a third goal would just be so deflating. But Cairo very well deserving of their lead. Tim Possible is absolutely running riot on the Athênai defense. I think basically any adjustment you need to make in the second half is, how the heck do you slow this guy down? It doesn't look like we have any changes.
Yeah, that's something to question. No, it doesn't look like it, but that might be just Athênai saying, alright, I trust in the 11 here. Let's see what we can do. Let's use Didioka. Oh, great intercept again. Tim Possible getting himself involved. We'll give it off to Noodle. Now Franco Torres. Lockyer able to force him out to the flank. Back to Tim Possible, but Lind was able to block it there. And another corner here for Cairo.
Yeah, nice block there by Lind because, again, Tim Possible's right there. And I know I've been harping on it, but he's kind of probably been Cairo's best player today.
Well, I mean, when you're the best player on the pitch, you get talked about a lot, and that's the way it's gone. Here is Noodle out for Torres. Catch up Noodle once more. Trying to make a run down the flank there, but Gin Tonic just made him force a pass back to Huda. Now they look right side with Jeeves. Jeeves tries to find his way around Joker again, and his shot blocked very easily by Lind. Saves now for Bjorka, so I'll work it back to Jeeves. Just reset, try again. Jeeves now in for Franco Torres, and Anderson came out there and read the play well just to swoop that ball into his hands.
Tried to beat him on the dribble, did ask Jeeves, and when that didn't work, he's like, well, I'll try with a cross. And got the cross, just not the finish.
Yeah, I just couldn't find anyone on the receiving end of it. As here's someone on the receiving end of a long ball here. They put through Jeffrey Lavelle. Great save by the Heretic. Reached their hands up and made sure that one didn't go into the top shelf.
First real sign of life from the Athênai attack.
Yeah, there hasn't been much from them thus far. Even an hour in, that's their first real opportunity. We've seen as Tim Possible nearly put a third through once more, but that one just a bit too wide.
Yeah, that was a really nice opportunity that I think kind of went to waste.
As that attempt by Ask Jeeves was deflected by Yoko, ended up in the hands of Yannick Anderson. He's just decided, I'm going deep. Unleash the Dragon. Now they have an opportunity here for Didioka. Oh, it's deflected in. It's 0-44. It looked like he worked it back for Yoka, but Fisher gave it to him. He gets credited with the assist, and Athênai suddenly just turn on the Jets and make it 2-1.
Yep, it is game on. There's the shot. Yeah, it looks like a tiny flick on header from 44. And that's not a guy you want to see getting hot, because when he is on, he is unplayable. So we're in for a thrilling conclusion to this one.
Yeah, I think 0-44 might owe Didioka a steak dinner there, because it feels like he kind of just took that one away from him with that header, because it looked like the shot had the Heretic beat, but they'll nonetheless take the goal here.
The only thing is it has to work.
Yeah, so long as it ends up in the back of the net and, well, the flag's not up, they should be happy with it. There's now just over 15 minutes left in regulation play. Here's Staines. It's short balls here from Cairo, as eventually is taken away there by Lind. Worked back for Yannick Anderson. Anderson will look to hook it deep once again. This is how they created their first goal. Is this how they get their second? It is! It's 0-44 again! Oh, no, they put the flag up. I thought Levere had sent him perfectly through, but Powdered Toastman stood back at the perfect time, didn't retreat, and that forced the offside. But here's Zinedine Gin Tonic. Now it's in! And that won't be taken away. It's Cal Labovich, and it's 2-2.
Athênai have come to life in these last few minutes. Great ball in by Gin Tonic, and what was the marking there? Was anyone even near Labovich?
I think it's more so that no one was even near 3 players. They had Labovich. I believe they had 2 other players backing him up. They had all the opportunities there and no one was turned to them. But now Cairo look to take the lead back, but Yannick Anderson there to block another impossible shot. And again, they'll look deep. This is how they've created, but that time it was taken away. Powdered Toastman. Now they look to counter-attack again. Here's Ketchup Noodle. Walked back for Huda. Walked in for Staines. And now ask Jeeves, but it was not a great shot of that left boot, and Anderson will be able to scoop it up with 5.5 to go.
This game turned up very quickly. We're into the final of 3 added minutes.
As now here's Fisher. Fisher trying to get past Siege, but didn't have a pace for it. Now if Yoka back towards Fisher. Fisher back for Levere, but couldn't find a way through. The ball ping-pongs around. Gintonic tries to keep it back in, but here's Franco Torres. One last roll of the dice for Cairo to take 3 points. Works it back, asks Jeeves. What does he have for us? He looks over. It's blocked by Fisher. Siege is there back forward. Long ball in, but no one's on the receiving end, and that might do us.
That was a Hail Mary ball in, and that'll do it. 2-2 draw. What a comeback from Athênai. You know, they looked dead, but out of nowhere, they create 2 goals in 10 minutes. And, I mean, you can't say Cairo didn't have their chances, because they absolutely did have chances to put the game out of reach. But couple big saves here, a couple missed shots there. All of a sudden, it's 2-2. And that will have them both tied on 8 points. After the results of this match.
Yeah, I mean, it was wild to see there. You know, they could have also had a third as well. This is definitely a result that could have gone either way here with the chances that they had. You know, of course, that disallowed double there, though, in 44. To take a look at the standings, Sydney FC are outright top of the table on 10 points. Cairo and Athênai will remain tied on 8, with Cairo in second. Hollywood and Catalunya tied on 7, and then a quick ladder down, Accra, Tokyo, and Sao Paulo. Accra have elevated themselves out of relegation zone on 6 points, so they'll definitely be happy with that home victory that gets them back into perhaps even title contention. They're only 4 points back. Anything can happen here in the Simulation Soccer League.
Yep, and I mean, hey, it's a familiar face at the top of the table, even if it is a very different team. Sydney City are still proven to be very formidable.
Indeed. Well, that's all from us here at the Simulation Soccer League. For Valpix, I've been Sock. We will see you next time.
And